Before the world was shaped into mountains and seas, before gods walked among men or stars danced across the heavens, there was only chaos, a vast, yawning emptiness. From this endless void came Gaia, the earth, strong and nurturing, and Uranus, the sky, vast and starlit. Together they bore many children, the first divine beings known as the Titans. There were 12 great Titans, tall as mountains and powerful as nature itself. Among them were Cronus, youngest and most ambitious, and Rhea, wise and beautiful. The Titans ruled the world in peace for a time, but power, even among gods, can be treacherous. Uranus, fearful of his children's strength, imprisoned some of them deep within the earth. Gaia, hurt by this, turned to her son Cronus and whispered of rebellion. With a flint sickle forged in shadow, Cronus rose against Uranus. He overthrew his father and seized the throne of the cosmos. Yet as Uranus fell, he uttered a final prophecy, that Cronus too would one day be overthrown by his own child. This warning gnawed at Cronus like a worm within the apple. So when his queen Rhea bore him children, he committed a sorrowful act. He swallowed each one at birth, believing that by doing so, he could stop fate itself. The gentle Hestia, goddess of the hearth, the fertile Demeter, who would someday bless the fields, Hera, destined to become queen of the gods, Hades, ruler of the underworld, and the mighty Poseidon, whose trident would command the seas. One by one they vanished into their father's belly. Rhea wept in secret. She loved her children and mourned them as if they were lost forever. When she found herself expecting a sixth child, her heart grew heavy with sorrow and resolve. She fled in the quiet of night to the green island of Crete, its shores kissed by warm winds and its hills blanketed in olive groves. There in a sacred cave on Mount Ida, she gave birth to a boy, Zeus. To deceive Cronus, she swaddled a stone in cloth and returned to him with trembling hands. Without a glance, Cronus swallowed the stone, believing it to be his son. Rhea then entrusted baby Zeus to a community of nymphs, kind forest spirits who hid him in the safety of the mountain. He grew beneath the open sky and the soft lullaby of rustling trees. Amalthea, a magical goat, fed him her rich milk, while golden bees brought honey to his lips. When he cried, the warrior guardians known as Choretes clashed their shields and danced to drown out his wails, hiding his presence from Cronus. As years passed, Zeus grew tall and broad-shouldered. His laughter was like thunder, his gaze sharp as lightning. But more than strength, he had something deeper, a sense of justice, of destiny. When he came of age, Zeus set out from Crete with a single purpose, to free his siblings and fulfill the fate Cronus had tried so hard to escape. He traveled to the edge of the world and sought the wisdom of Metis, goddess of cunning. She gave him a potion that would cause Cronus to release the children he had swallowed. Disguised as a cupbearer, Zeus offered Cronus the drink. Moments after drinking it, Cronus groaned, his body writhing. Then, one by one, the gods emerged, alive and radiant. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, all freed at last. United, the six siblings turned their eyes to the heavens. They knew that peace could not exist so long as Cronus and the other Titans ruled. And so began the greatest war the world had ever seen, the Titanomachy. For 10 long years, the earth trembled with the weight of battle. The Titans hurled mountains, and the gods answered with storms. The sea boiled, the sky cracked, and the forest cried out. At first, the Titans were strong, but Zeus sought help from deep within the earth. He freed the Cyclopes, one-eyed giants who had been imprisoned by Cronus, and the Hecatoncheires, monstrous beings with 100 hands. Grateful for their freedom, the Cyclopes gave Zeus 3 gifts: thunder, deep and rumbling; lightning, swift and bright; and the thunderbolt, a weapon unlike any other, forged of divine fire. Armed with these, Zeus rose like a storm god. From Mount Olympus he hurled bolts that split the sky. With each strike, the Titans fell. Finally, Cronus was defeated, chained, and cast into Tartarus, a deep abyss far beneath the world. Victory belonged to Zeus, but instead of ruling alone, Zeus showed wisdom. He divided the cosmos with his brothers. Poseidon took the sea, where coral palaces glittered beneath the waves. Hades took the underworld, a realm of shadow and rest. And Zeus, lord of the sky, ruled the heavens. He built a shining throne atop Mount Olympus, high above the clouds. From there, he governed gods and mortals alike. Zeus became the guardian of law and order, the protector of guests and strangers, the one who watched over oaths and punished lies. His thunderbolt was swift, but his justice was deliberate. He was not a distant king. Zeus often walked among humans, disguised in simple form, testing their hearts. He rewarded kindness and courage, and punished arrogance and cruelty. He fell in love many times, and from these unions were born heroes and gods. Athena sprung fully formed from his forehead, shining with wisdom. Apollo, god of light and music. And Artemis, wild huntress of the woods. Each tale of Zeus is a thread in the vast tapestry of Greek myth, woven through time and memory. Even now, when thunder rolls across the sky or lightning dances on the horizon, it is said that Zeus still watches the world. His hand rests gently on the balance between storm and peace. So close your eyes and drift through the ages. Let the winds of Olympus carry you to a time of wonder and gods. And remember, Zeus, the child who was hidden in a cave, grew to shape the fate of the heavens, the king of the gods, the keeper of justice, the voice behind the storm.